Right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to We Got a Problem. Now, I've got a couple of quick announcements to make before we start the video. As some of you may know, I have a new series starting very soon. The first episode should go live around 9 or 10 AM tomorrow morning. I will let you guess its name. The second announcement is that the channel hit 15,000 subscribers yesterday, so thank you all for the incredible support. I will be doing a weekly Q&A from now on, so comment your questions below and add the hashtag WeGotAProblem so I can find it in the comment section. I will read out some of these comments each week in a dedicated video or maybe on a weekly live stream. Let me know which you would prefer. Right, let's get back to the point of this video then. The Labour MP and Shadow Trade Secretary Barry Gardiner appeared on the Andrew Marr show this week. He is on the show to answer questions relating to the Peterborough by-election and the Labour MP who won it, Lisa Forbes. This all relates to the current storm around her liking an anti-Semitic tweet. The snivelling shitweasel makes a piss-poor attempt to excuse her for it, while also showing both the Labour and Tory parties disgusting hypocrisy. Let's take a look at the clip from the Andrew Marr show and point out the hypocrisy of not only the Labour commie on the show, but also the Tory party and Labour parties in general.
But old rows over anti-Semitism and another referendum haven't gone away. Barry Gardiner, Labour's Shadow International Trade Secretary, is here. Barry Gardiner, a great relief, I'm sure, for the party at Peterborough. But nonetheless, you get a new MP who, immediately she's elected, other Labour MPs, your colleagues, are calling to be suspended because she liked what was an anti-Semitic tweet.
Andrew, I found myself scrolling through tweets yesterday, and by mistake I liked a tweet of one of my colleagues, which I immediately unliked, actually. But look, the point that you're making, I take it on board. She has apologised. She said that this was a careless error. She looked at the video of the children supporting the people who had suffered in New Zealand, and she didn't bother to read that.
It was pretty clear, Zionist slave masters agenda.
If she'd read it, I'm sure it would have been, but she said she didn't. The point is this: Lisa Forbes will be dealt with in the same way as anybody else in our party. If there's a complaint made against them, and you're telling me that there is, then it will be handled in exactly the same way as a complaint against anybody else. I'm not part of that process, but we have a robust process, and it will take place.
All across Britain, there are people who use social media and don't find themselves liking anti-Semitic tweets, and yet the Labour Party doesn't seem to be able to get those people into candidacies, and you choose the ones who do. There is a problem here, is there not?
Well, look, let me simply say this. She has apologised. I think that she has said that she's committed to fighting against anti-Semitism and to working with the Jewish community to ensure that they are confident that she is not anti-Semitic. And that is something that she must now deliver on. But on a day when you're going to be interviewing Michael Gove, who's asking to be forgiven for Class A drug use, I think if he can be forgiven for that, then Lisa Forbes can be forgiven for liking a tweet that she didn't bother to read. So in that perspective, let's move on.
Read tweets before you like them.
And before you ask me, no, I have never taken any illegal drugs. I haven't snorted or smoked or popped the pills or injected anything. So I guess I'm not even eligible to stand for leadership of the Conservative Party.
Right, let's first address the joke at the end there. It's not often that I find myself laughing at a communist joke, but his comment that he has not taken enough drugs to be eligible for the Tory party leadership is hilarious. We can't take that away. That is funny. I'm sure the main reason he can't stand for the Conservative Party leadership is because he's a dirty communist. I don't expect it's got nothing to do with his drug or alcohol taking. Now, I will address the subject of this joke because I have not done a video on it, and I really don't care about the stupid drug row, to be honest with you. I would feel the same if it was Jeremy Corbyn or Sadiq Khan or absolutely anyone else admitting to doing a bit of sniff 20 years ago. There's a lot bigger problems with politicians at the moment for us to sit here and worry about them doing drugs. They need to sort out delivering Brexit, not bitching at each other for doing a bit of coke. I mean, if someone did it 20 years ago or 2 years ago, it does not mean they're not fit to lead. It wouldn't surprise me if they've all been doing cocaine up until now. Well, they've definitely stopped now, I would say, given the media circus around it. I expect before now there's a possibility it was rife in Parliament or amongst the people in Parliament. As to whether they actually did it in Parliament, who knows. But enough on that. Let's get back to the Lisa Forbes anti-Semitism scandal and this guy's ridiculous excuses. We heard the ridiculous excuse that she accidentally liked the tweet, which is suspicious on its own, but this is further rubbished by his own words. He tries to say she could have liked it while scrolling accidentally, before then admitting she watched it, liked it, and didn't realise that it was anti-Semitic. Now, making the claim that she didn't read the title clearly is pointed out by Andrew Marr as rubbish. So you've contradicted yourself there, mate. Make your mind up, shitweasel. It's getting embarrassing for you now. Like, you can't contradict yourself within probably 30 seconds of a clip. I mean, we actually have the clip of Lisa herself saying she watched the video and liked it without reading the title. So let's play that quickly.
I also, of course, want to ask about a story that's dominated your campaign, which is this accusation that you liked an anti-Semitic video on Facebook, where underneath it was written about a post saying that Theresa May has a Zionist slave master's agenda. Now, I know you've apologised for it, but do you just want to take the opportunity just to clarify what happened there? Because I'm sure many Jewish viewers will be quite concerned by some of the articles they've read.
Yeah, I'd like to reassure them that I have no issue with any community. I think anti-Semitism is abhorrent. I actually liked a video of children praying about the atrocities that had happened in New Zealand, and I hadn't paid much attention to the text above it.
I mean, she liked an anti-Semitic tweet, and you thought it was a good idea to come on TV and defend her. Of course, if it was a Tory or a Brexit Party member or a UKIP member who liked that tweet, Labour would be all over it like a bitch on heat, calling for them to be sacked, how this is the right, it's full of racists, sexist bigots. The deranged shitweasel Jess Phillips would be screaming like a wild animal at anyone who would listen to her, claiming that everyone's a racist, sexist bigot, and this is why the Labour Party needs to get rid of them. They would virtue signal their tolerance for the Jewish community all over the place. It would be unreal, even though they are the ones historically known as, well, historically rumoured, I will say, to be anti-Semitic, with the amount of accusations they've had against them. Now, Labour have moaned about Trump liking tweets they don't agree with, so why is it okay for her liking that to be ignored? Lots of people don't agree with that. Like 99.9% of people would not agree with an anti-Semitic tweet. They definitely wouldn't like it. Now, Labour screamed from the rooftops during the run-up to the EU elections about the UKIP candidate Carl Benjamin, also known as Sargon of Akkad on YouTube, for his offensive tweet 3 years ago at the earlier mentioned Jess Phillips. They attempted to smear him along with the media, while this tit sits there defending his commie buddy, whose indiscretion is far worse than Sargon's joke tweet, in my opinion. So if she can be forgiven for this, why has Sargon not been forgiven? Why has the Labour Party sent an open letter to Theresa May demanding he is barred from running for public office, when the Labour Party has idiots like Jess Phillips as an MP, who stated she would stab Commissar Corbyn if he did anything to hurt the Labour Party? Well, is it one rule for commies and different ones for the rest of us subhuman fascists, I guess? I would say that's a failed attempt at defending the undefendable. She needs to be sacked instantly by the left's own standards, because we all know what happens when the left-wing nutters think that someone's done something against their ideology or against their political correctness. They demand that they get deplatformed, censored, sacked, put in prison. They demand or attacked. Let's be serious here. Their MPs can't even hide their anti-Semitism these days, while they run around calling everyone else fascists. The irony of that, eh? So that's going to be the end of the video, guys. What do you think should happen to the Labour MP for liking a tweet that was blatantly anti-Semitic? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share the video as it helps the channel grow, and I'll catch you all in the next video.